Yo, what is up, guys? It's Pedro here. So the Washington Commanders lose to the Baltimore Ravens 23-30. It was a solid game. Jayden Daniels looked good. The defense did not. So I'll be giving you guys my takeaways in today's video. If you guys are new, make sure to subscribe, hit that like button and that notification bell as well. All that good stuff. A little bit sick, so that's my why my voice sounds a little bit weird. But obviously, you never like to lose a game. And there's no moral victories, but the Washington Commanders, at least the offense, put up a solid fight against the Baltimore Ravens. And I'm not going to blame the refs on this game, but the refs were not good at all. But let's get into it. Jayden Daniels, 24 of 35, 269 yards, 2 passing touchdowns, got sacked 3 times, no interceptions, although he did get lucky there on one of the plays that should have been an interception that the DB just dropped. But hey, that happens. Rushing, he only had 6 carries for 22 yards. It really, I don't know. I don't like how, if you watch the Ravens and they can design runs on the outside and Lamar gets 15, 20 yards. And then you have Jayden on the other hand, where every single time he runs on a designed run, it's like 2 or 3 yards. Sometimes in the red zone it works. That's really the only time. So it's just really frustrating to see, and he got hit a few times. The run game was awful today. Eckler, 9 carries, 21 yards. McNichols, 2 carries, 9 yards. I mean, they averaged 2.9 yards a carry, and I guess Terry had a carry. I don't remember that. But yeah, it was just not a good game running the football. They definitely missed Brian Robinson or B-Rob, but I don't know if it would have made much of a difference just because their run defense is the best in the NFL. It's very good. Receiving-wise, Ertz, 4 catches, 68 yards. He had a good game. Noah Brown, 4 catches, 58 yards on 8 targets. Had a good game. Also drew a big PI there at the end of the game that helped us score a touchdown. Thought he got held 1 or 2 times as well. Terry, 6 catches, 53 yards on 7 targets, 2 touchdowns. And Zacchaeus, 4 catches, 27 yards on 6 targets. He did drop one early on. I think it was on the second possession of the game. We probably would have gotten a field goal, so that was a bad drop by him. Eckler, 4 catches, 47 yards. He looked good today. Diami had a nice catch for 11, and then McCaffrey, only 1 catch for 5 yards. So yeah, offense was solid. It's a good defense. I mean, it is a really good defense. In the Baltimore Ravens, they're smart, they're experienced, they got a bunch of studs there. You got Roquan Smith, you got Marlon Humphreys, you got Kyle Hamilton. They got a lot of studs. They're Owe, they just got a bunch of really good players. What's the guy's name? Matabuke or whatever his name is. I forgot exactly, but he's a stud. Kyle Van Noy, they got so many studs. Yannick Ngakoue is on the team. So, I mean, just so many different guys that can make plays. I think Yannick Ngakoue had a sack. Let me look. Yeah, he did have a sack, and Matabuke had a sack as well. Again, sorry if I'm mispronouncing that. But yeah, offense wasn't the problem today. They scored 23 points. They did they missed a field goal right before half. It was blocked. I don't know if it was. The thing is, also, the biggest, bad thing in this game was the broadcast. I mean, no replays at all. I wanted to see what happened at the end of the first half on that field goal. They didn't really show it. They didn't show it so many times where okay, I'm trying to see who got held or who the holding penalty was on, or just basic replays, and they're not showing it. It was ridiculous. And then Tony Romo and Jim Nantz, I mean, there was so many times that Jim Nantz, something happened and he's saying something totally else. There's something totally different. I think Seibert made the extra point and then he was like, oh, he missed it. And then it took him 5 seconds to he didn't even realize it. It was Romo who realized it. And then Tracy called Josh Allen. And yeah, John Allen did get hurt. Daron Payne, I didn't see him any impact on the field today. And John Allen, before he got hurt, really wasn't seeing much of an impact from him. Bobby Wagner, thought he had a solid game. And that's really it on defense. Sanders still had a pick, so hat tip to him for that. Did get beat a few other times, but it was okay. Benjamin St-Juste, just dog, just awful in this game. I never want to see him do his little strap celebration again. He's he gets on my nerves. He does get on my nerves. It was not just getting cooked, but he also was missing tackles as well. Had a PI or two. I'm trying to think. The one that they called that gave him a touchdown basically, was that on Benjamin? I think that was on Benjamin St-Juste, but obviously I don't think that was PI. But let me know in the comments below if that was on St-Juste, and that ended up, giving the Ravens a touchdown. The refs also missed a face mask on Jayden Daniels in the first drive. I didn't see it, but I missed that play. But I saw a lot of people talking about it. Defensively, Dante Fowler had a good game, 2 sacks, 3 tackles for loss. I think he also drew a holding. Johnny Newton saw him making a couple plays. Nick Bellore is a special team stud, but everyone else, I mean, there's a few guys. Jean-Baptiste had a good game. And yeah, besides that, like this defense was not good today. Like Benjamin St-Juste getting cooked. Percy Butler was getting cooked a little bit. Jeremy Chin was getting cooked a little bit. Trying to think. I mean, Noah Igbenogany, I thought he had a couple big, nice plays. He did get cooked a couple of times, but I didn't think he was awful. It was really St-Juste that was just getting cooked all day. And in the first half, like the run defense wasn't bad, but the pass defense was awful. And in the second half, it was kind of the opposite. I mean, the pass defense wasn't great, but it was the run defense. Sorry, the run defense wasn't very good. Mark Andrews, has struggled a lot this year, had a big game, 3 catches, 66 yards, and a touchdown out of a 38-yard catch where he's just wide open. Bateman had a big game. Flowers had a big game. I mean, they had over 300 yards receiving, and this is not a team that usually does this. And and they also had 176 yards rushing. I mean, we just got gashed. There's no other way to put it. No other way to put it. This defense got gashed. They had a down week for sure, and it's like, I expect it from a guy like Benjamin St-Juste and, maybe Percy Butler and some of these other guys like Michael Walker who was playing. But, like, John Allen and Deron Payne, come on now. Like, I need to see you guys do something. And John Allen, let me see. And he did get hurt, so he did miss some time. And he did have 2 tackles. Deron Payne, I don't even see him on the stat sheet. That's how pathetic it was. And I didn't even hear any, injury or anything with him. So, yeah, Deron Payne, like, we're paying him a lot of money and he's not doing anything. And so that is disappointing. It didn't really had no impact really today by Frankie Louvu, at least like big play wise. I didn't see him get to the quarterback much, not a lot of tackles, but sometimes that's a good thing when you're not getting beaten coverage. So that's more of a film thing. We're gonna have to see if Aaron Mathis saw him make a couple plays. But yeah, the biggest weakness on the defense today, probably that interior defensive line and the secondary. And Dorrance Armstrong got hurt, so that was unfortunate. But yeah, they were running through the middle against Deron Payne, against John Allen, Johnny Newton, and those guys. And the secondary was getting cooked. So it's not a good combination there. The DNs were getting some, good work in. Dante Fowler had, again, 2 sacks. It's huge. 3 tackles for loss. Who else had a sack today? Is that it? I guess we only had 2 sacks, but there was a few other kind of tackles for loss that I think we had against the Baltimore Ravens, or against Lamar Jackson. Let's see. Kick returns and punt returns was fine. Kicking, Cyber missed his first kick, but it was blocked. He had a 55-yarder. He had a 49-yarder. Extra point barely went in. I don't know. The replay didn't look like it was blocked, but the way the ball, the movement went, it looked like it was a little bit, I don't know. It looked like it got blocked. I don't know. Trustway was good. 2 punts inside the 5-6 yard line. And yeah, the defense could not capitalize on those and give us good field position. Both times, I believe they scored a touchdown. One was a 93-yard drive and the other was a long drive as well. It just, you got to play better when your punter does something like that. And that was why on that last one that we punted on, I just, I was like, go for it, because it's 4th and 5 and your defense isn't stopping anything. So you might as well go for it. And they didn't. They punted. The Ravens chew some clock, score a touchdown. It is what it is. This is a very good football team. The Baltimore Ravens are a very good football team. So it's not a surprise that the Commanders lost. This isn't a bad loss whatsoever. A road game against one of the Super Bowl favorites, it's fine to lose some of these games, but it's how you bounce back. So you go up against the Carolina Panthers next week. Got to win that game and hopefully win it in convincing fashion. Sorry. Yeah, pretty sick. a little, not very sick, but at least a little bit sick. But yeah, I'm happy Jayden looked good today for the most part. Did have a couple misses in this game, like that almost interception. And then I'm trying to think what else. I mean, Zacchaeus, that drop was bad. That drop was bad. And but besides that, like the playmakers were making plays. Like Ertz had some. I mean, he had 68 yards. Noah Brown, Terry McLaurin got popped, absolutely popped. They didn't call a hit. It was a good hit, but Jayden got hit a couple times where I thought maybe they would call it. So it is what it is. The Raven DBs were very handsy. They weren't really getting called for PI when we were. But we didn't lose this game because the refs, maybe that played a factor into it and played a part. But really, it was the defense just playing awful today, which is why we lost this game. No, barely any stops. I'm trying to think. The Ravens bunted once, and we had the interception by Mikey Sanderstill. So that's the only time that the defense made some plays. So they had some good games. They had a good game against the Cardinals, and which is a good offense, and they had a good game against the Browns, which is not a good offense. So, it is what it is. Forbes and Jamin Davis inactive today. Some great Ron Rivera picks. Obviously, I'm joking. But yeah, that's really it for today's video. Obviously, you're not going to be happy about a loss, but it's not the end of the world. This football team is still 4-2, and hopefully they can get a win next week against the Carolina Panthers. So thanks for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed. If you stuck around till the end, comment down the player you were most impressed with in today's game. Peace.